All right, to cap off this session with my broichi fellas, I'm gonna show you a video that just came out tonight that maybe you've seen some hints of, but um, it's something that I just wanted to maybe shed some light on because I really want this person to continue doing this.
Night Shyamalan?
No, this is 4K Zelda Ocarina of Time 25th Anniversary Cross Ghibli Castletown Unreal Engine 5. That's a big title. It's essentially Ocarina of Time in the style of Studio Ghibli. Um, and it was made by this guy, Rowan Link. So definitely go check out his YouTube and give him full credit and comment on this. But we're just going to react to this because it's amazing.
And the visuals of Studio Ghibli together. I will show you 4 different environments I created in Unreal Engine 5, as well as a third-person perspective. On top of my full-time job, I worked for more than 600 hours in just 4 months and created
Jesus
more
Christ.
than 30 different characters just for this video. Let's get started.
Just look at the lighting that he adds to it and the shadows and things like that. I want to know like all the different layers and the animations, like what frame rate all the animations are in. And little boys, little ghost boys, little rattleheads.
Let's go first. Tree Daddy.
Thank you for cleaning out my insides. Now go, little boy.
Bye, Tree Daddy.
See a tree daddy.
Butterflies, dude.
Oh, sorry. That's
What happened?
I think that was supposed to be a commercial.
Oh,
Just look at that weird animation. It's like 24 frames. Or not even, like 10. But then it stops and now it's more smooth.
It's Malin.
Mario.
Look, I got milk.
Uh-huh.
I have a thumb.
Ugh.
Thank
Me
you,
too.
Tom.
Hey, I know that frame.
Yeah, that's a good angle.
Oh, chicken chaser.
What'd you call me?
Oh, corner. Goblin banker.
Bread.
Lettuce. I like how that guy was
Called out a
thrusting.
rupee.
Yeah, he was like thrusting rupees in the air. He's like, hey, I got 5. Triforce, happy face.
I mean, it's true, right? Who's that boy?
Got a sack of something. Sack of potatoes.
The Saga Potatoes, dude. Oh, hell yeah.
I love how the light is hitting on a lot of these different areas. There's that guy playing patty cake with himself over there.
Hell yeah, dude. He's
Hoi!
definitely playing patty cake with himself, you know what I'm saying?
Milk. There's a lot of shots like this where it's like they just steadily
Milk.
zoom in on it.
Yeah. A lot of milk.
Happy Mask.
Oh.
He's coming back from Majora's Mask. He's like, oh, that was shit. I did not like that adventure. I lost all my damn masks.
That Mario mask.
I met with a terrible fate.
Hello, my name is Terrible Fate. Nice to meet you.
Oh my god, there's multiples of the same guy just walking down the street,
Oh, that
following
dog
each
is
other.
gross. Huh. This is in Majora's? Or is this in Ocarina?
Ocarina.
Yeah,
When your little boy getting chased by dog?
yeah, you get chased by dogs in that one. I think just you get chased by just the one in Castletown.
Yeah, they're ones that chase you in Castletown, and then there's also a dog that chases you in Majora, but in like Castletown, like, this is for sure Ocarina.
I'm just feeding the chickens.
Actually, that's a Kukuo.
Oh yeah,
A Kuko.
Cuckoo, Cuckachoo,
Cuckoo.
a cuck. It's one of those cucks. Oh, Zerda. An Impa. She looks too happy to be riding in that stagecoach. Oh, fuck. We got some ominous music now. These dudes chuckle fucking over here. Look at this.
My favorite.
Pepe. Oh, I love these little musical notes that they're playing for the evil.
Oh.
Sinister. Ba-dum.
Growing up, I always thought in Ocarina of Time that Ganondorf had like a short haircut. I didn't know that he had like long hair that kind of goes down his back and these like long sideburns that kind of go down into like they're like I look here. It looks like he's got short hair, but then in the game he does have like a dude that goes all the way back down.
Yep, when he flies up, yeah.
For the longest time, like it wasn't until this year I played Ocarina of Time again. I was like, oh dang,
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, I never noticed that.
yeah, it's crazy how you've been looking at this for years and years, and you just now realize.
Mm-hmm. Absurd.
A cool little detail is like when Link becomes adult Link, he's got both of his ears pierced. Something it's easy to miss.
Never noticed that either, I don't think. Interpretive dance. You always reminded me of those things that you put on a little stand and then you pull like a ripcord and it flies up.
Yeah, what were those called?
I don't know.
Sky dancers?
Well, they had like
Oh, sure.
a specific line of them for girls, and then there were some for boys too.
Yeah.
I remember.
At the boy one, you go on a dragon and then you pull them.
Oh,
The guy's
it's
like in armor.
so one was sky dancers and the other was dragon dancers.
Dragon dance.
Maybe dragon riders, I don't know.
Dragon Riders sounds familiar. More familiar.
Yeah, they were sky dancers. There was sky dancer, moon dancer, flower dancer.
This art style, like, So the idea is this guy's making the video game in that style. But I mean, the style is just great for a film too.
Right.
Because when I thought, weren't there a lot of talks of like, hey, they are in the process of making a Legend of Zelda film now, like a live action one?
They are making a live action one now.
Yeah, so that was a recent thing that came out, and I was like, oh, really? Nobody's ever gonna be like the guy to play Link. Like in my mind, nobody can ever be that guy.
Well, they were able to somehow, make Mario, typically a non-speaking character, into somebody who does speak. So
Like Link's even like less speaking than Mario is.
yeah, but it's not like, I mean, we have
He's still a
seen
boy.
silent protagonists or people that don't speak very much being portrayed with voices, and it hasn't been awful.
Right.
It's
Get a young boy, it'll be fine.
yeah, it's gonna be like, I don't know who's the young it actor right now.
I
They
think
can do it.
live
It's
action,
gonna be Timothy Chalamet. That's what's gonna be.
Finn Wolfhard or something. I think live action might be the misstep. Like, I feel like animation is probably the better way to go. But
Samesies. I don't know.
it will be curious to see if they lean into like a Twilight Princess, where it's a little bit more like grounded or realistic or more detailed in that way, or something like this, where it's like way like light. It's heavier on the fantasy than it is on like the realism in some of it.
Yeah. I'm curious. I'm very curious to see what they have in mind for the live action, because you're already setting yourself up for failure if it's live action from like I mean, I don't know. The character should exist in like a more fantasy world with a cool, unique style, because every Zelda is a different style. Like if you look at Wind Waker, and then you look at Twilight Princess, and then you look at Skyward Sword, they all have unique styles to them.
I think the most important thing for them to be able to like successfully make a Zelda movie in any style is to just try and focus on capturing that feeling of like adventure and exploration, where when you're a little kid, just being somewhere new for the first time, you turn a corner and you're like, ooh, what's going to be around here? And if you're somewhere outside and you find like a little culvert or a small cave or like a pond or something, it's cool to just be like, this is interesting. And
Yeah. And that's like Shigeru's like main focus. Like what was like, hey, I made this game because I was really into exploring my backyard and looking at all the cool bugs and shit.
Was that Pikmin?
Well, he specifically was like, when I was a kid, I used to go and like just go out in the wilderness and go find caves and go into them and explore them. And I would think about like, monsters and knights and fantasy and a young boy going off on his own and just having
Of course he did,
adventures.
the fucking nerd.
Ganon, get out of here. What are you doing here?
Hey, Mr. Dorf, you're not wanted here.
More like Ganon Dork, am I right?
Well, like Ganondorf.
So yeah, that was Rowan Link and his very unique style of putting Studio Ghibli and Legend of Zelda together. I like some of the textures. I love the lighting that he used. It's very flat but stylized, like really not so much cel shaded, but it has like a fuzziness to it, like it's made out of some kind of textured paint. I don't know. It just, especially on Link, when he moves, it just looks unique. I don't know. It also reminds me of the video game Ni no Kuni. Do you guys remember that game?
Oh yeah, yep.
That was the Studio Ghibli kind of inspired game. Could
Did they
be
work on one of them?
I think they did. I don't know what branch, but they like maybe got assets
Designs
from
or
them.
something?
Yeah, they did designs for them, and then the computer guys just took it from there. Like, oh, thanks for the concept art. We'll run with it from here.
A funny anecdote about like Zelda and stuff is I have heard it said that Robin Williams on the set of Hook was sometimes a bit of a handful because he's always been a big
On
fan
a lot
of,
of cocaine.
well, maybe, I don't know, but he's always been a big fan of the Zelda games, and when he was in like the Peter Pan green tunic and with the sword and stuff, they would have to be
Oh
Huh?
they'd have to be like, Robin, stop pretending you're Link and come be Peter Pan.
Robin, you're not Link, you're Peter Pan.
But that's like, you put somebody in that outfit, you put a sword in their hand, and if they're familiar with these games, it just brings this thing out of you where you're like, yeah, I want to go on adventures.
Right.
One request for the Zelda movie is like, please no needle drops. I don't want to hear a single fucking pop song.
Oh God, that would totally ruin it.
I just want a like score.
Right.
Yeah, I want Koji Kondo and like all this stuff. Like I mean, they did do needle drops in Mario that were like, okay, I get it. They're doing needle drops from the era, you know, that
But
Mario
that's
came
different,
out.
right? Yeah, that's different. That at least partially takes place in the quote unquote real world, right?
Yeah.
I don't want Link to like get into a boss battle and then Imagine Dragons like enemy or whatever starts playing, you know.
Believer,
My enemy.
could you not believe your eyes with 10 million fireflies?
10 million
That would
navy
totally play.
flies.
10 million fairy flies?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just all the fairies and fireflies.
Ugh, yeah. Yeah, do not do that, Nintendo, or you will have dude pay. I don't know. I'll come kill you.
Bill will come
Dude
to
pay?
you.
They'll have dude pay.
Have
Dude.
Koji Kondo do an arrangement and then have somebody like, God forbid, John Williams or like a composer do the fucking, you know, actual conducting and arrange and like execution of it. But
Yeah,
It's homeboy that did Lord of the Rings again.
oh yeah,
Howard Shore.
Sure, yeah.
Have Shore do it. Have the James Newton Howard. Have fucking Hans Zimmer even. Have
I mean, like even somebody like Hans Zimmer.
Was Giacchino or whatever?
yeah.
Giacchino?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Giacchino.
The template is there. Like you've got the blueprint. You've already got the songs, and you don't need to.
Yeah, you have songs, and
You have songs.
you have songs. You got great arrangements. You have people that have done their version of it. You had like Philharmonic do their versions of Zelda. Like, just
Who is Phil and how did he get a harmonic? That's what I want to know.
He's just good at singing.
he's just a great
But-
singer.
Don't like, you know what I mean? Where they sometimes want to shy away from just certain aspects and come up with their own new thing because it's like, well, we
Yeah.
know that this is an iconic.
It's always
piece,
a terrible idea.
Yeah, like we're just not going to have Link wear a green cap in this, or like if they had made a Mario movie, like, well, instead of his brother Luigi, we've created a new Mario brother, and it's like there was no fucking reason to do that.
His name is Darren.
His name is Stromboli.
His name's Gus.
Yeah, those I'm gonna keep my eye out for all those studio decisions for sure. So my eyes will not be
Blinded.
blinded by your weird decision making. I will definitely critique that.
Write a sternly worded letter if they don't do it right.
I'll be like, hey, I know the studio pushed you to make this decision, and it shows. And it's like, can you have like a fan cut or like a director's cut where it's like what you envisioned for this? Because yeah, like if they make these weird decisions of music, tone, character, anything, story even, I can see that going haywire because
Right.
it's a minimal story. It's like, all right, kid, go here, get these 3 things, go here. Hey, now get these 7 things. All right, go back here. How to streamline that and how to, montage it. I mean, we've talked about this when Mario was announced even.
Yeah.
That how they could do that and pull it off and then have all these people say like, oh, they really fucked it up. And I don't think a lot of people were divided. It wasn't a divisive
No.
movie. It was, for the most
Most
part, everybody
people-
was fun.
For the most part, people were pretty all right with it.
Yeah, that's what I thought, or that's what I felt. I don't.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
This is a trickier beast, so the fact that it
Jeez,
is live action already gives me worries. I mean, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess, who they cast, how they go about that. If it's a complete unknown person, that would be kind of cool.
I'd like that.
But who knows if they'll do that? They're like, well, there's not going to be box office draw then. It's like, well, how about you
They're
just
gonna stunt cast the shit out of it.
how about you just fucking, look at the IP? The IP is Zelda. It's like people will go because it's Legend of Zelda and Nintendo's making it, and they don't care if it's an unknown person.
Right.
They've like the people acting today can't make up the years that Zelda has already been in the zeitgeist of pop culture. So it's like you can't even beat that with whoever you cast. Yeah, you'd have to cast Robin Williams to make people be like, oh, I'll go to that movie. Hell yeah.
Oh hell
If you take a mixture of like legend, yeah, probably a little Hook in there. Gosh, what else really like does the Zelda thing in any way? I don't know, man. Maybe Indiana Jones with just like delving into temples, looking into artifacts,
Oh, as far as movies go, that's similar.
or just yeah, that may have elements of it in there.
Yeah, Labyrinth.
Yeah, Labyrinth.
Stuff with puzzles, so like Goonies.
Yeah.
Roonies?
Mm-hmm. They have to figure out musical puzzles and
Good enough for me. It's good enough.
if they did something like that, I would like that aesthetic, that old 80s dark style of like using, puppets like in Henson, like, because how are you going to get those creatures? How are you going to get those Octoroks?
How are you gonna get Octoroks and Gleeoks and
Octocox?
yeah, Geemers, Geezers, Moblins?
Yeah, how are you gonna make those? And like, because those Moblins that were essentially in Labyrinth that do that wacky dance, like those look just like a Moblin. Like I would just use that. That's the perfect stand-in for a Moblin. When in Labyrinth those wacky green screened creatures were doing their dance.
To me, yeah, they always reminded. I can't remember what they always reminded me of. Something else, but to me, what always like stood out in something else as a depiction where I was like, "That's just a fucking Moblin," is the Gamorrean guards in Star Wars.
Oh, true. Yeah.
The Moblins are always depicted as like these dog pig dudes.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking about the wacky ears and the face from like the newer Moblins
Mm-hmm.
or Bokoblins, I guess.
I couldn't give a shit about any of the Bokoblin shit. That's a new invention. I'm just worried about the old stuff.
Yeah, the stuff from like the NES, yeah, translated over would probably be more like a Gamorrean guard, the pig.
Wizrobe, Lizalfos, Stalfos.
Keese.
Yeah, Keese.
Give me that Keese.
Fuck, what's the mummy? Why am I not
Gibdo.
thinking? Yeah, Gibdo.
What about that kid though?
Gibdo.
What that Gib do?
All right, well, that's our discussion on Zelda. Let's hope for the best with whatever may come. And then, yeah, thanks for watching. And go check out this guy's YouTube channel and give that video a like. I'll do it right now so you can see. Boom. Great job, Ruan Link. 600 hours, well spent, my friend. Goodbye.